I really don't want to do this. Hey, what's up guys, Ben here, welcome back to another video on my channel FilmFanatic, and today I am reviewing Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man Tell No Tale, or Salazar's Revenge. Now first off, I would like to say that I am a huge Pirates of the Caribbean fan. I love Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl, Dead Man's Chest and World's End. Stranger Tides wasn't great, and to be honest guys, I hate to say it, this movie wasn't great either. So the movie is about a Spanish pirate called Salazar who's trapped in the Pirates Triangle. It's almost like the Bermuda Triangle. Whenever ships sail into it, none of them seem to come out. So he and his crew are trapped and cursed within this triangle, but once it's broken, he sets out on a revenge mission against Jack Sparrow, young, very young Jack Sparrow, who got him trapped there. The movie actually opens with Henry Turner, Will Turner's son, who believes he knows a way to break his father's curse, locking him to the Black Pearl, and that is to find Poseidon's trident. The opening of the movie is actually pretty sick. We see a young Henry Turner rowing out to sea, tying rocks to his feet, singing to the bottom, so he's on the Black Pearl, which is underwater, and then gets dragged up and he can speak to his dad. It's actually a really cool little sequence. And then I don't really know what happens with the film. That opening was like the Pirates that we know and love. That was like a proper Pirates movie. But from then on, it became kind of like a bumbling, funny movie, and that's not really what they're meant to be. I mean, there's a lot of characters in this movie that, to be honest, didn't really need to be there. I mean, you've got Henry Turner, who needs to be there because he needs to find the Poseidon's trident to break his dad's curse. You've got Jack Sparrow, who needs to be there for marketing terms, but also to have a solid character to follow or to root for. There's a young girl who's an astronomer who watches the stars, and they need her to translate the map to get the trident. You've got Barbossa, who's in there for some reason. Of course, you've got Salazar. Now, Salazar, for me, was actually the best character in the movie. He was intimidating. He was brilliantly portrayed by Javier Bardem. Whenever he was on screen, he was captivating. He had a really creepy persona about him. The way he spoke was really clever. He was a good character. They had a good villain. But we need to talk about Jack Sparrow. I don't know what has happened to this guy. When you watch him in the first Pirates of the Caribbean and the second and the third, he's such a cool character. He's captivating, he's funny, he's witty, he's the smartest guy in the room, he's so cool. But it just seems like he's turned into some kind of bumbling comedy act, and that's not what it's meant to be. I mean, when he did something really cool in the first three Pirates of the Caribbeans, it was cool. I mean, when he, in the first one where he gets Elizabeth Swann, threatens them, pushes her, cuts the rope, ties it around, swings it around, and then lands, and it's really awesome. That's what he does. Whenever he does anything now, whenever he gets out of anything in this movie, he seems to have bumbled his way through it. They just seem to have lost what was awesome about Jack Sparrow in the first one over the course of the movies. Now, in terms of the movie itself, I'm gonna say it was messy. There was a lot of things that didn't really need to be there, and a lot of things that they could have done a lot better. Now, one of the first action sequences you actually see is them trying to steal a safe, but instead of dragging the safe, they drag the whole building, and they start four horses are dragging this whole building with a safe through the streets and like round corners. It was weird. It wasn't really something that belongs in a pirate movie, if I'm being honest. But there was a lot of stuff like this, so I'm not going to bore yourself with it. But like I said, there were a lot of plots going on that kind of mixed in and didn't really belong. I mean, the astronomer people think is a witch, but then there is actually another witch character. Who is she? I have no idea. You've got a love story between Henry and the astronomer girl, which again isn't really necessary. You've got the fact Barbossa might actually be the astronomer's father. It's a weird movie. The best way to describe it is messy. It's a messy movie. Now, like I said, there are actually some entertaining bits. I mean, there's some really cool sword fights. They see one of the best scenes in the whole movie is actually young CGI Johnny Depp being young Jack Sparrow. When you see him outwit and outsmart Salazar and get him trapped in the circle, it's so sick. They're getting chased by Salazar. The captain's being killed, so Jack runs down and he gets everyone to throw the anchor around the rock, and then that spins the ship really quickly, so the Salazar ship have no time to turn again, and they end up just having to go straight into the triangle. It's such a cool scene, and arguably it's the best. However, it falls into the pit of doing what a lot of flashbacks do in movies now, and that is showing us irrelevant shit. I don't really care how Jack Sparrow got his bandana or his little bone thing that drags drags down on his hat. I don't really care about that, but it shows us it anyway. To me, that's the coolest scene in the movie. Now, there are some other cool fight scenes. I mean, we see Salazar's men drop down and he hits his sword for however many men he wants them to kill. That's pretty cool as well. There are some good moments in the movie, guys. Don't leave the video thinking that the whole movie's a pile of shit, because it isn't. There's just too much wrong with it in order for me to give it a passable mark. There are some cool moments in it and some decent acting, but sadly it's just too far off the mark to hit well with a Pirates movie. Now, I know it's advertised to children, I'm not an idiot, and I know that a lot of the jokes and a lot of the things in the movie are for children, I get that. And I get they're trying to change the demographic, but at the same time they need to remember where they started, and what they started was a very, very good action-packed Pirates movie. What would I give it out of 10, guys? I'm actually going to go ahead and give it a 5. I'm going to give it a 5 because even though there are some decent action scenes in it and some interesting moments, it just struggles too much to keep up with the many storylines that they've put in together, and sadly, Jack Sparrow actually drags the movie down a little bit for me. But this isn't all about my opinion. What do you guys think? Have you seen Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man Tell No Tale, or Salazar's Revenge? If you have, go ahead and leave in the comment section your rating out of 10 and what you think they could have done to improve the movie. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please go ahead and leave a like rating down below. I really do appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss some FilmFanatic content. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Take care. Badoosh.